Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be doing Japanese Ali. I think it has been requested by someone a few times, so yeah, let's try and do it. This looks quite populated with a lot of stuff. So let's jump right into it. But before we do anything, let's do a few quick promos. You're going to see me use a lot of these add-ons. These are my own add-ons. The asset library just helps me reuse and manage my own assets. It's like the asset browser, but compacted in a smaller form. It doesn't take up a lot of space and it doesn't need a lot of setup. Yeah, if you want to get it, link is in the description. This is my own add-on. Also, quick decals just lets me kind of use textures in a bit easier than it's basically faking textures. A much faster way to texture without doing a lot of work. Link in the description if you want to find out more about it. This is also my own add-on. And then finally, the cloth library is also my own add-on. It's a library of clothes for your characters. You can use it. The add-on to dress up your characters, like you see here, using pre-made assets or already or simulatable assets. Hey Kapil, good morning. How are you? How's your day? Yeah, so let's jump in and try and do this. Have you done any jogging today? You must be buff now, like I muscled. Does running actually give you muscles? I'm not sure. Hello, Robin Katri. Fantastic. Nice. Good evening, Robin. It's morning my side. Which makes me wonder where you are from. Where it's evening. So I guess it wouldn't be in Europe because Europe is a few, like 2 hours late. 2 hours before us. Okay, let's make this early. I think we're gonna start with. I'm wondering if we should use cycles or if, let's just go with cycles. It's much faster to render. Set up the sky. It's going to be nighttime, so the elevation can be can be 1. Can be negative. Not started yet? I see. The USA? Nice. I'm from Uganda, that's in East Africa. So it's morning this side. Hello Tho, son, how are you? And good morning. Is it morning your side as well, Tho? Okay, so let's create an alley. Okay. I'm going to use my texture folder, search for road. Now, let me just go to the asset library. I think we have a lot of road material. Road. Let's use this kind of wet surface. Oh, you're in Uganda too. What part of Uganda? I'm guessing the capital as well. How are you? Nice. Okay, okay. That's our road. Let's add a few buildings to block out the scene. Let me first pause this for a bit. Currently in Tororo. Nice. How's the internet that side? Is it as good? Yeah. I visit once in a while. Nice. I think there is a large community in Uganda, Blender community in Uganda. You just we just don't meet ourselves that often. Let's just look, and I think I can do a scale, a transform, a random transform, random. F3 random randomize transform, and I just want to randomize the Z. Just trying to block out everything. So this really tight. This alley is really tight. So let's try to keep it like that. Call it Japanese alley. Okay. Yeah, already we are seeing something. And let's again use the randomize transform, and just this time we can randomize. Let me add this to quick favorites. Randomize transform. This time we can randomize. Yeah. The X. Let's see. Okay, so we have balcons like that. Maybe can duplicate this again. Randomize transform. Maybe randomize the X value as well. It's fairly fast for Leica users trying out Rogue to see how it goes, but you are right about the Blender community. I think I know 5 people in Uganda. The rest are Zbru. Oh, ZBrush. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know a few Blender users as well, which is nice. Hello, Adam. Hello, Electronics Art Libya. How are you? Okay, let's randomize this scale again. I want to randomize especially try a different seed. Let me grab these here. Escalate. We want random things like that. Okay. Now let's start adding some lights. I think we can have this lantern. I think I have it in my scene. Lantern. It's just not textured. Hello, Zepito. How are you? Zepito Charm Isel. What name is that? Or what country is a name like that from? Curious. I have this material. What I'm going to do is just find a texture, a lantern texture. Doing good. Glad to be here again. Thank you. Glad to see you as well. Okay, I think we can just get a texture like this. Wondering which one we should use. This problem with this has wording. Yeah, I think I can go with any of these. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Get free models and textures. Yeah, I can do that, but I like to build up my library with my own assets. That way I can reuse them without any worries. Hey, thank you, Kimberly, for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's bring in our texture. I'm going to go to my texture folder. I think I have this in my billboards. Let me just drag. This is, I need to first convert it. I need to first convert it to a format that Blender opens. So let me go to Paint, save as JPEG. And where is it? I think saving somewhere. Save as just put it on my same folder. Let's see. Should be in here now. Okay, see now. Can just drag it in and just do a projection. Unwrap projection from view. Let's find the lantern image. I'm not worried about this. So that's going to be our lantern. And we can substitute the translucence with an emission shader. Emission. Actually, we can just use this now. Okay. And we can have this in different areas. So around there, have another one there. I think this one can just be, let me see, object, can just do Shift D. Since we have two versions of this, let me go back to this image. This can be red. So let's see. Perfect. So we can use this for the lighting. in different areas. Like that. Now let me go to my texture folders. I think I have a details folder that has some nice building walls. Let's see what. Hello Abhishek Chanda Shiv, how are you? Yeah, so something like this. Let me press pause. I can create a texture on a plane. So that means this is going to be imported as a texture on a plane, like this. So this is a nice building. I can let me change. Let me see. Can I just split this so we have a UV editor here? Maybe, yeah. I can just remove this face. I basically just want to create a building out of this, and I start replacing some of the placeholders we have with this. So let's see. We have a loop here, Can basically add this window. It's going to insert and then extrude in. Do the same here. Just insert a bit and then extrude in. You can do the same for these windows here. That's the first way to create a detailed building. I think I can also actually just make a cut here, make a cut there, grab this face, extrude, and then insert this and extrude. Repeat. Now we also have this roof here. Excuse me a minute. I need to take this call. Yes, sorry about that, but needed to take that call, but okay. Yeah, so I want this roof. Now we can't just extrude this because we would have a few issues. I'm just going to duplicate this and just move this like that. Like that. So we have something like this, and with that I can even just, I don't know, let me see if this would work if I just, yeah, so we have that. I can make a cut for this window When you insert the window, are you inserting then extruding or inserting then moving? Inserting then moving. If you are extruding, why insert first? Inserting because you see, if I just extrude, let me show you on this window. So if I have a cut here, so for this window, if I just extrude, I see the textures get too stretched around the edges. But if I first insert, I get some extra detail around here and here. So there is still stretching, but it's not as much. Maybe that's not the best example, but you can see that the stretching is a little bit less. There it's still there, but not as bad. Maybe another example can be this here. The issue is that we have wires here, so those are not going to look very good. But yeah, I can insert this so that I can capture some of the wall detail, wall texture here, to be on the side instead of all of it being stretched. That's a clever for quick modeling. Yeah, it's a nice way to bring in details. Yeah, so okay, I think I need this too. I need this too, so I'll just grab it. Yeah, like for example this here. If I just extrude, you can see how much stretching is going on here. Now if I insert and do this, you see there is still stretching, but not a lot. So and the more you insert, the less texture stretching you get. And I can scale this up, and it seems like this side is also has some detail. You normally remap using UV. Yeah, that can also work. Hello 3D stuff. Do you know how I am? I guess I don't. I guess I don't. Can you guys make a full 3D city for my anime shader? With my anime shader, you can ask. There are a few guys here who would be interested in that. So this is one side of the building, and I think I can extrude this face detail as well. I think for the most part that's done, except for this door here. I might want to add that detail as well, so I'll just make a cut there, make a cut there, make a cut, and just select. And we have a building just like that. Now it has some pipes, and the great thing is that I have a new add-on called the quick generators, which is basically a library of geometry nodes generators. So these are procedure wires, procedure stuff. So I have a pipe generator in there, so I can just import that. Okay, this is way too big, and the way it works is it uses curves to generate these pipes. So I can draw pipes all day. Let me reduce the resolution and the radius, overall radius of this, the scale of the bolts. Okay, let me first exit this. Okay, I can just scale this down. So this is going to be a pipe here. Okay, then duplicate this, have another pipe, like that. Teach me Blender. I guess that's what I'm doing now. Do you remember me? I am a player game. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think I remember you. I don't know anything besides adding cubes. Now try adding cylinders. You will get there slowly by slowly, I'm sure. Okay, I can separate this one here, make it even smaller. Make a corner here. Hello, Sam Crafter. How are you? And see. Interesting. Okay. You can apply the geometry nodes. Okay, why is this not applying? Let me see. Object. Let me apply visuals. Make instances real. Then remove. Okay, seems we can't apply geometry nodes. That's okay. We can figure that out later. Let me just group this into its own collection. Call this building 1. And now all I have to do is start replacing some of these. Bruh, you don't remember me? Okay. It's me, player. Oh, my player. You changed your name? Do you earn from Blender? Yeah, because is it a quick generator, a new add-on you have developed? Yeah, it's a new add-on, and if you're a patron, you can get it. I'll be posting it. Now we can start replacing some of these blocks, not all of them, but some of these with the new building we have created. Actually, I need it to have a bottom because right now it doesn't. Let's go back to this. Now I'm guessing I can just extrude this and just unwrap, and I can have this around there. So that's our new building block. You can start placing it, replacing it, using it to replace some other buildings. I need to make sure that it's in the center. Oh, and let's not forget the pipes. Yeah, equally important. can maybe even use this to replace this. Let's see how things look now. Your Instagram is the same as my ID, so I had to keep it the same. Makes sense. I have some shops in my library, so I'm just going to use some of those. I like this here, this building here. Where is that? I have a shop, this shop here. We can just use that in the alley to replace this one. Like, perfect. Have another one. And this is all PBR based, so has some detailed textures, so that is also nice thing. Basically, we just replacing the placeholder buildings with this. You're going to use collection instances to duplicate them. Yeah, it's a first way to have details in here. Let me get a brick material and apply that to some of the buildings. So some of these blocks can have textures. You can already see that our street is starting to look somewhat detailed. Some of these can just have a concrete, some can just have maybe this. Now let's use a different one. Now you can see that we're starting to see something. Let's improve our lighting. Just going to add. Let's see, how does this lighting look? Let me add a large area light up here. A large blue area light. If you just mimic the moon. I'm very fast. Yeah, because I've been doing this for quite some time. We need, let me see. Do we need, yeah, we need some fluorescent bulbs, and those we can easily make using an area light. So I'm going to grab an area light like this. Can make it blue. Have it maybe somewhere there. Yeah, that's a lot of light. Okay. When it's starting to crash, I think it's the reason why it's crashing is because I have EV and cycles open at the same time. So let me go to this. Okay. Have this sort of street. What is going on? Have this already made street. Republic of Macedonia. Hello, Rovka. How are you? Is that where are you from? Republic of Macedonia? I'm going to grab this and I just replace some of the buildings on the left with this. Yeah, do the same for this side. Just move these up. Just grab this. Let's see. Okay, things are starting to come together. Now let's add a few wires. Just make things look more populated. It's I don't know. Yeah, I have a shopping cart. I think it can fit here. Just duplicate this around. Now I'm going to use my quick functions add-on just to reduce on the size of the textures we have in this scene, because that can also be contributing to the slowness of our scene. So just optimizing some of the images. So should take a few minutes. I have other reference images I'm looking at here. We can add some of these neon lights. Let me grab a Chinese or Japanese font. That we could use for some of these neon lights. I think we can download this. Okay, scene is done optimizing. Let's see. Trying to see what other things I can add in. I have more shapes. Let's see. Can grab a light. That's an area light here. Let's do 10. Perfect. Let's grab another one. I think I have another shape. Have this here. Another detailed shape. Can get a light. Let's see. I think I need to push this. To 50. Let's see if we have another building. Yeah, I have these shops that have even the interiors already made. We can use those as well. If you want to improve, if you want to create projects faster, I would really recommend having a library like I do. Just makes things much faster. You can see this is an interior shop. It's a shop with an already made interior like that. Have another one. Just, yeah, they nearly identical. Need to make more of these shops. Let me see if I replace. I don't know, let's see how that looks. Okay, I think my render has crashed again. I'm not seeing anything that you should be seeing. I see. Let me first change to CPU, and that will crash Blender. Okay, this is a different project. Hello, Bobby Alex. I'm great. How about you? How are you doing? Okay. Let me see if I bring this shop. Let me just leave it there. Okay, we need some neon signs or signs. Let me see. Do I have signs in here? I have plenty. Have an exit sign. Just start adding in some random stuff like that. This is a street name. Maybe may not work. Signage. And this street sign. It's just the beauty of having your own library. I have this top channel cafe thing signage that we made. Are you going to use emission for the sign? Yes, I'm going to use emission for the sign. That's the more efficient way to do this, to do it. Let's add in some more signage. Oh, let me also add this wooden one. Grab this. Just adding a lot of stuff. What asset library you use? This is my own add-on. It's yeah. Just makes the process of adding stuff much easier, like you see here. Don't worry, I don't have to worry too much about stuff. Just add it. Let me go to my deco collection. Yeah, I have this sign. I guess I can also use it somewhere, maybe like there. This doesn't need. This here. Hello, lights out. Scene looking good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now let me add these. Do they? Let me see. Let's see how. Before I even check, let me make sure to optimize the textures, because I know right now there must be a lot of light textures in my scenes since I've added a lot of textures, and that will slow down the render and also slow down the viewport. I was watching some video about Unreal Engine. Is it better than Blender? What do you think? Well, it depends on what you're talking about, because there are two completely different applications. So I have 49 images that are above 2K. Let me reduce that so that the scene is a bit lighter. And as the images are optimizing, let me take this chance to just show you some of the stuff we have been working on, and maybe even do some posts. Yes, Unreal Engine is much more better. Well, it depends on what you're doing, because Unreal Engine doesn't model. It's not very good at modeling. But if you're talking about rendering, real-time rendering, yes, Unreal Engine is better than, has a better render engine than Eevee. Yeah, I'm buying time as this renders. Let's go to Instagram and just see. Let's see. Let's do render, hashtag render to see if we. By the way, you can go to my Instagram if you want to see the final renders of what we make. Yeah, the images are still optimizing, so let's do render lighting. I want to see if we can get some good lighting. Let's go to ArtStation. See if we can find some good rendering lighting. Lighting we can now mimic. Okay, the images are still optimizing. Unreal Engine is mostly using stuff that's created in 3D software like Blender, Maya, and Cinema 4D. Yeah. But when it comes to the final product, like the real-time render engine, I think Unreal Engine has a better rendering engine. Yeah, so this has optimized. Good. Let's see. Okay. That's not bad. One thing I'm going to do is go to my quick functions and just play with the contrast a bit and change play with the colors as well. Let me take this. Okay. Yeah, we need this area to look more populated with stuff. Uh, Blender seems like all in one program. Yeah, it does almost everything. But every individual part has their own base software. Yeah, that's true. Like procedure, there is Houdini, motion graphics. There is what software is that? Cinema 4D. Yeah, let's have some wires, hanging wires, like we see here. Again, I'm going to use my quick generator add-on because I have a wire generator in that. So wire generator, let me first pause, import some wires. I'll just can see just uses this. So we want some wires that hang like that. This is like these ones are hanging too much. So I'm going to come in here, change the gravity. Let me see. Do I have one wire generator? No, let me use my cable generator. It's going to give me a better wires. So I can basically have wires hanging like that. So just duplicate this. Just have a lot of wires, and now we can have some just hanging by the side of the building. How hard is it to create add-ons for Blender? Did you know how to code before, or you learned it before Blender? No, I knew how to code before Blender. So it was fairly easy for me. Okay, I need to change just a few things here. Let me see. There is, I think, way too much red. So maybe I'm going to remove these keyframes. And Blender has a compositing workspace where you can color grade, but it's way too slow. Yeah, and because you have to re-render sometimes to see the effects, that also kind of, yeah, not great. Is there a color grading in? Yeah, it has the compositor like I said. I saw it. Oh, you saw the color grading? Good. I don't have DaVinci, probably would do the effects in Photoshop since it will be still image anyways. Some green would look good in the reference. Oh, like in the reference? Let me first reset this and try to... Yeah, you mean... I think you're right. Something like that. And I have some fog in my library. If you've been following the streams, most of the things I'm just getting from the library, we have made them in previous videos. So, and basically this is just a text. Let me first see if it even works in this scene. Yeah, so fog like that is basically, smoke like that is basically a noise texture mixed with animation and transparency. I like that. And if you want this to take the smoke to take up the lighting, we can switch from translucent from emission to translucent. And we should so we can except on the left. I'm not sure what you mean on the left. Not can bring in more smoke. I'm going to get a curve from the transportation add-on, the polygonic, the transportation add-on that we can, so we can have a car in here to make the alley more crowded. There are bikes. This is a great add-on. I think I'll be leaving a link in the description if you want to get it. It's not my own add-on. It's a nice add-on for things like vehicle, for any type of vehicle you want. Anyway, let's first make the scene more crowded with other stuff. Let me see. The fog you did is brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, there's some quick tricks that can help. Let me go back to my generators. I have other generators I could use. I have this traffic light generator, but I don't think it would work in an alley like this. Wouldn't have traffic lights. So this is it. You can basically control where the lights are, how many lights you want, how much of these, how much sagging is there in the wires. So I don't know. And just have like 2 or 3 lights. Just in the back there. Could you tell me more about how to optimize the images? I didn't think I have seen it before. So this is still my own add-on. Let's say. So let me show you an example here. Okay, that just crashed Blender for some reason. This is not the file I want to open. So when you have a lot of large images in your scene, Blender tends to slow down a lot, especially if you're using Eevee in your viewport. The viewport tends to slow down a lot, and you can't basically, it gets to a point where navigating your scene while previewing in Eevee is impossible. So I made an add-on that simply goes in and looks for images that are above 2K and shrinks them down to less than 2K. That way, then it's much lighter on the CPU, so navigating the scene is much easier. And the add-on also tells you how many images you have in your scene that are above 4K. So you can see I have 13 out of 121. So all the 120 less than, so the 13 images are above 2K. So I would need to, if I hit optimize images, it will shrink them down and make you can see right now I have a lot of images, but because I optimize it, I can easily navigate through my scene. If if all of these images were above 4K or above 2K, I wouldn't be able to just navigate smoothly with in my viewport like this. So it's a nice way to keep your viewport light. It's this function is available in my quick functions add-on. Let's go back to the asset library. Let me look for. Thank you so much. No problem. Ever try to make a character or something related? Yeah, but characters take a lot of time, man, to make. So that's why I stay away from them. They're just too much work. Let's add some street lights. I'm just going to get rid of this side. 4K, 8K images give more detail. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's true. But if an image, so if a model like this one that is very far away from the camera has 8K images, then it doesn't really make sense because we won't pick up that detail, especially if you're going to render at 1080. 8K images, 8K textures matter when you are, say, rendering at 4K or 2K. But if you're rendering 1080, then 8K textures don't really make that much sense because you're not going to see that detail anyways. It's just going to, and even when you're rendering, say, at 4K, and you have an image that is very far away from the camera, you're still wasting a lot of resources because the camera is not going, because the model is far away from the camera is not going to pick up that detail. So you just, again, are using up a lot of resources for no good reason. So that's why you see I just choose to optimize things a lot. And another thing why it's very important for me to optimize the scene, because I'm streaming while working on a 3D project that takes a lot of computation resources. So I can't, as a streamer, I need to make sure that the viewport is smooth so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So it's very useful for me. And again, 8K textures is a bit overkill in my opinion. So like, say for example, this image, this object, this model here has, these are all, I think, 4K textures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are 7 images with 4K textures. And I think if I go to my quick functions, I should be able to see that more images. You can see now it's 20 more images that are not optimized. And you can already see that my viewport is starting to slow down a little bit. But, I'm going to hit optimize again after we add a few more extra bits. Hey Burning Trap, glad to see you. Hello good sir, how things, what's up? I'm getting 32-inch 4K monitor next week. Ah, nice. 32-inch 4K monitor. 32-inch. That's. I'm trying to figure out the size because my monitor is what? I don't remember, but yeah. How much are you buying the monitor, and what is this refresh rate? It doesn't really matter in Blender, but yeah, that's one thing I usually like to know when I'm getting those. Let me add in these cones, traffic cones, just to make the scene as crowded. It's very difficult to make it as crowded without the PC crashing, but let's try. Yeah, have these garbage beans. Does it matter the samples then when you render? Yes, samples really matter a lot because they determine the quality of the final image. Yeah, you get less noise when you have a lot of samples. For example, 4096 samples versus 1000 samples, what is the biggest big difference, if anybody knows? Yeah, 4096 samples will give you a better image than 4000 because you have less samples in the 1000. Yeah, so more samples, better image, but also slower render times or longer render times. So you have to balance. You have to try and balance that. It's a Samsung 360 Euro. What a bargain, mostly for Blender stuff. Oh, nice. And what PC do you have? Want to add more stuff. more stuff to make this area look super crowded. Have some banners, maybe let's add a few of these. Let me add a few more road signs. And let me also optimize again because we have added more stuff, because if we don't, it's just going to take too much time to compile the shaders, going to take too much time to render in the viewport. So is the asset made by yourself? Yes, I made most of the assets you see that I use. So we have 43 unoptimized. Let's optimize them. Depending on the purpose of your render, I would say keep the samples to a minimum without losing quality, and then use the denoiser to eliminate the left out noise. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I don't mind the time then. Usually it's no longer than 4 minutes. Nice. Yeah. As we are optimizing, let's look at some good lighting. Some good lighting here from ArtStation. Now this looks superb. Let me see, how long has our stream been? 118 minutes. This project is getting really heavy. It's hard to add more detail to this. So what we're going to do is spend another 30 minutes trying to mimic some good lighting from Unreal Engine. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to try and make something like this and see, because I love this type of lighting. So let me wait for this to optimize, and as that is happening, let's find some easy lighting to mimic. Let me get these. See some things we can set up quite easily. Maybe this as well doesn't seem too complicated. This too. Thanks for the tip, no problem. Yeah, I think after this optimization is done, we can try out making this. This has a lot of detail, so but we can also make it. And let me see, have some pipes. Let's see, we can try this and this. Actually, this was rendered using Unreal Engine. I think he modeled everything in Blender, but rendered this in Unreal Engine. And Substance Painter. Yeah, thanks Bobby Alex and Lights Out for keeping the chat alive. Really appreciate that. The staircase was awesome. Yeah, you mean this one? It's really detailed. Where was that? This one here is really detailed. Oh, so the optimization is done. I don't know why it's still showing 21, but let's see. Okay. I think there isn't much we can add to this without basically crashing the PC. Let me first increase or just duplicate this light here. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this scene. I think it looks good. Yeah, so I think it's going to be it for this one. Well, that's the purpose of a live stream, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm also enjoying your mini tutorials. Thank you for the tree. Nice. Okay, let's try something different. Let's try. Let me. Have this. Bring this here. I use a 4-monitor setup, like actually 2 monitors and a laptop with an extra monitor. But it's very unfortunate that I can't really use that space while I'm streaming. I have to just use this. Anyway, so let's see. Let's try and make this. I think we can use Eevee for this. Going to start with a plane and a new material. Let's go to Eevee here. So basically we have a large sort of area light. Let's do ambient occlusion, screen space reflections, and this is going to be a very emissive light. Let me turn off that. Let's turn on bloom. We can, let me do random. Let me have this as an emissive material. Shader emission. Now this can be a white surface. Actually, it can just be a concrete surface. Let me use my texture folder. Let me call this concrete. Do you guys search Pinterest for reference images and inspiration? Yes, I do search Pinterest. It's a great place for that. But I think I use Google mostly because it's a faster. But Pinterest gives you better suggestions, I think. Let me see. Just let's create extrude this. Just give this a few subdivisions because this looks like a parking lot, so can add some beams Let me go to my asset library and just search for a concrete material. Maybe just use this instead. Now let's create a cylinder. Have an array. Then another array. Maybe can grab this, extrude up. Add a few subdivisions. Individual origins. On and off for about 18. Oh, so how long have you been using Blender? No HDRI, just one area light. Yeah, if you use an HDRI here, it's just going to cause light from everywhere. It's going to be very difficult to control the light. I think I'm going to use my quick functions just to play with the lighting. Oh, sorry, the colors. Just and control. You know, we can make the scene more interesting. Just add the fog we have, like a smoke effect. Yeah, instead of it again using emission, we can use translucent. So that the smoke only appears where there is, and I shouldn't have any shadows. We can add a character standing. To make things more interesting. You can add some signs. I'll call this, I don't know, parking lot. Well, slowly, but I have started understanding way more about the program. I'm missing a lot of things. I'm back. This is interesting looking alleyway. Now we finished the alleyway. Now we are trying something different. Can add some pipe. Let me use this. Can make sure that this has contact shadows. So many good resources for Blender, and community is great. True. Let's see, what else can we add in here to make things more interesting? Let's add a car. Oh, that's not going to work. Can make this more reflective. I feel like some effects are easier to create in Photoshop with the brush and drawing. Yeah. And if you watch time lapses, you see that a lot of Blender artists or artists in general, 3D artists use Photoshop a lot to add some finishing touches. So I think this one is done. Let's try another one. Oh, this is requires a lot of modeling. I think we're getting off topic, away from the today's title, and I think this is going to be it for today. This basically you can just do the same thing as the modeling that matters mostly. Let me change the lighting and see. Maybe if I give this a more matrix look. We have so much free tutorials. So yeah, when will there be a Ugandan food vlog? When I make a food channel, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this stream here. Yeah, I thought I would do these too, but I think this is enough for today. I have to do some. I'm working on more generators. I'm not very good at cooking, so nah, I don't. I cook, but when I do, I rarely eat what I cook. I end up just being disappointed and never. I end up wasting the food, so that's why I don't cook, because that's never really that good. Yeah, I'm creating a fence generator. Let me see if I can show you what I'm working on. Yeah, like I said, I'm working on this quick generator, basically having a lot of generators that I'll be selling on my Blender market, and also give it to my Patreons. It's basically a library of different generators. I'll have billboards. Let me try to show off here, to show it off here. So yeah, we have this billboard generator. You can set the height, the radius of the rotation, the size, the angle. You can have the billboard rotated. Yeah, so those are some of the generators. We have a traffic light generator. This I've already shown in the. And then you can move this around. I have a lot of controls here. Then I have a utility pole generator like this. Can add more poles, change the height, radius, other stuff. So just continuing to add on as a lot of things. Cable generators, have a fence generator, all using geometry nodes. Any tutorial for creating sand, like animated sand? Now, creating sand, that's one of the hardest things to do, I think. Let me see how, like actual sand that is like sand particles. I guess the best you could do is use something like a fluid simulation, but that would be simulating sand. Hello, Kuma33, how are you? Glad to see you again. Simulating sand is really not easy to do. I'm trying to think of different ways. You have to fake a little bit. So you can do a quick. Let me see, quick fluid. So you would have, and then just change the parameters. And that you would need, let me see, first reduce the resolution here. And decimate this. Decimate, because you need an object with very little geometry. So trying to see if I can simulate sand. Then you would in the domain you would yeah, there is a liquid particle system here that you can change the render type to object and select the instance, and let's go to the instance here and first hide that. So I think this is the best way to simulate sand. You have the sand particles now. Let's see if, let me change the domain. And also I will have to resimulate this. Okay. Are you okay if I link it? Bad Nomos did a good video on it. You can link it, but I think you can't link in YouTube. You can link in on Discord. I don't know if you are able to link anything in. How did he do it? Did he use a fluid simulation? Because I think that's the only thing that I can think of that would be able to. That's the only way you can, I think, do it. So this. So if that's our sand particle, we can do quick fluid. Just change the particle system here. I think it would be cool to see how to play video games every now and see you play video games now and then, because you probably discuss how certain assets are made. Yeah, I think that's something I'm thinking of doing someday, but I still have a few things to set up. I need to create a proper office. I need to just make this even further. I need to create a proper gaming room. That's what I mean. And see the different grain of sands. Let's. Now, if we give this a material. Let me just call this sand. Thanks for the stream. Thank you too for being a part of the stream. A combination of that and geometry nodes. I should really check. I'll check that out and see how we made it. Let me see if I can try and figure it out. So if I have this as a sand and I use an object info, input object info, just to randomize the color of the sand particles. You see, you can't really use randomness because more objects are added in and removed. So that's why you see we have that jittering happening. Which sucks because you would need randomness. Then maybe you can have an object going through this sand and see. So we would need to make this turn this into a fluid object. Effector. I think you have to turn on Ease Planner. No? Oh, need to change. Okay, so you can see now that the sand, this is interacting with our sand. Yeah, it would be a very difficult thing to do. I think I'll try and watch Bad Nomo's tutorial and see how he approached it. But I think for today that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Those who weren't here when in the beginning, let me try and show you the Japanese alley we did. I just see that. This is it. It's a little bit too dark. Maybe bring up the exposure a bit. Enjoy your day or evening. I don't know what time it is. It's still morning outside. And thank you. Yeah, so that's what we did. We need more assets to make this as crowded as it is, because ours is a bit empty. It's not as crowded. You need a lot of assets to make this as crowded as this. Now, let me see if we change the daytime to say morning time. It doesn't look too bad. Let's say maybe change the rotation and change this to something like 45, 80, 50. Better than the reference. Thank you. And so that's daytime. Actually, I think I like the daytime better than the nighttime. Though it's the problem, the issue with the daytime is it shows a lot of things. Like this area here is not textured. We have a bike up here for some reason. The daytime version needs a lot of work to make it look finished. You prefer the nighttime? Easy. Let's change this to -5, and it is nighttime. Just like that.